Hey there, have you heard the incredible news? While banks in the US and Europe were facing tough times, Indian banks were thriving in 2023. In this video, we'll see how that happened. The reasons are rising interest rates, post-pandemic normalization of the economy, and cleanup of the bank balance sheets. Let's dive into the first reason, rising interest rates. The Indian government and the RBI have an inflation target of 4% with a lower cap of 2% and an upper cap of 6%. In March 2022, the inflation accelerated to 7% and stayed over the comfortable limit of 6% for 3 months straight. This led the RBI to do monetary tightening to make borrowing money a bit harder, and it gradually increased something called the repo rate to 6.5% from 4% to reduce inflation. Also, in 2018, Indian banks adopted external benchmark-based loan pricing, which basically means that the loan rate is tied to an external benchmark, and if that benchmark goes up, the loan rate goes up and vice versa. The most popular benchmark is the repo rate, and now that repo rate has gone up, the benchmark loan pricing also goes up. Also, about 45% of the total loan book of Indian banks is linked to an external benchmark. Now, these higher lending rates increase the income of the banks. Also, on the deposit side, the interest rates did not increase at the same pace. Hence, the net interest margin gap widened and it resulted in higher profits for the banks. Now, let's talk about the second reason, the post-pandemic normalization of the economy. Credit growth peaked in 2023 because of rising demand for personal loans, growth of NBFCs, and higher working capital requirements due to inflation. For the entire year, the credit growth was around 15%, the highest in more than a decade. The strongest contributors are consumer credit, which grew at 20%, and MSME credit at 16%. Worth noting is that credit to large corporations grew at just 3%. Now, on to the third reason, the cleanup of the bank balance sheets. You would remember that right before the pandemic hit us, the Indian banking sector was struggling with high non-performing assets, low capital, and declining profits. The RBI and the government initiated an elaborate cleanup which reduced NPAs and increased capital. This helped the banks in supporting credit growth. So, in a nutshell, the Indian banking sector's success in 2023 can be attributed to rising interest rates, a booming post-pandemic economy, and a thorough cleanup of their financial problems. If you want to dive deeper into these topics, check out the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.